Alrighty. Looks like no one's actually in yet, according to Stream Manager. So I'm gonna give it another moment or two, because I did have a few people saying they were gonna be here. Oh, hello, hello. That is fascinating. It is not saying you are watching. Possibly? That would be strange. Out of curiosity, is the audio picking up for the game now? Because if not, it means it mutes the game whenever I click on my Stream Manager. Fascinating. That's unfortunate. Well then. Alright. I'm gonna give it another minute or two for people to trickle in. But not terribly too much longer. How's work going? Bump of people. Alright. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. For those of you who haven't been here for the last few times, I'm doing a blind playthrough of Owlcat's Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader CRPG. My goal is I want to be the frontline tank pyromancer psyker. I have just now become the actual rogue trader on the ship. But if you're familiar with the story at all, well, if you're not, we got pretty banged up. We were one of our important figureheads, the Master of Whispers, person in charge of intel and spies and whatnot. He betrayed us, and we got attacked by a whole bunch of cultists and demons. They killed the person who is in charge of navigating us safely through the warp. They killed our chief engine seer, and we lost a whole bunch of crew. So we need to replace those, or we are not going anywhere. Alright, the events of Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader take place in a vast region of space known as the Coronis Expanse. The sector is composed of numerous star systems, many of which you'll get a chance to visit. You will find yourself scouring the void in search of routes leading to new, uncharted systems, discovering more routes as you explore the expanse. What you see before you is the map of one such system. Each star system contains objects you can interact with. Such objects are marked as points of interest. Move your ship to a point of interest. Click left mouse button on it to initiate the event or open the planet view. Alrighty. New blood. On Rykad Minoris, there's a triangle that says New Blood, Machine Spirit Keeper, and Land on Rykad Minoris. There is a planet that is... or an asteroid? Asteroid. Oh, okay. There's one with symbols that I would not begin to know how to read. But that appears to be Rykad Philea, the prison planetoid. And then there's Urak 5, which has the guide, make contact with the Navis Nobilite station, and that's it. So, okay, this is where I start making, oh gosh. I have a whole bunch of numbers at the top. People, the foundation of any rule of the workers and soldiers, a faceless and nameless mass of the rank and file. In the eyes of the Imperium, they are merely a resource. Provisions, chemicals, I'm not going to read the description of all these. Plasteel, mechanisms, promethium, weapons, xenotech, adamantine, phlogiston, rare and priceless crystals born from flaming magma under immense pressure. Their energy potential is tremendous and fully justifies the cost of harvesting, measured in the lives of miners killed near radiation. And profit factor. Profit factor is a representation of the relative value of the rogue trader's warrant of trade and what opportunities and resources it can call upon. Oh, and my ship has hull points. So it looks like there's gonna be some combat eventually. And there's the astropathic station and an unidentified void ship. All right, let's pull up my journal. Looking for trouble. A matter of utmost importance led to the interrogator of the Inquisition, Heinrich von Kallax, to the Rykad system. The rogue trader's duty as a loyal servant of the Imperium is to find the interrogator and aid him in his mission. Since his whereabouts are currently unknown, it may be easier said than done. And then that is split into visit Rika Filia, the prison planetoid, make contact with the Navis Nobilite station, land on Rykad Minoris. What to do first? Oh, and Sister Argenta has a personal request for me. Yeah, let's actually go find Sister Argenta. Oh. How do I exit out of this? It's not just hitting escape. Oh no. Oh, well, that's me moving around. Void ship management. Back to bridge. Lord Captain's quarters. There has to be a better. Okay, I can. Bridge Tectomat. So where is Sister Argenta? There's a Dira. I imagine she would be in like a chapel or something. Let's check if she's on the map. Yep, look at that. Look at that. It was just dark here, so I couldn't see.
Rogue trader.
Sister Argenta looks tired. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is somewhat disheveled, and she moves like she's a little on edge. But tell me about the Adeptus Sororitas.
Gladly. There are none more faithful to the God Emperor than my sisters. We fight against his enemies by the will of the Holy Ecclesiarchy. We... I beg your pardon, Rogue Trader. Here I am talking about what every lesser noble in the Imperium knows. So what exactly are you interested in hearing about?
They say the Adeptus Sororitas are the fiercest in their faith among the warriors of the Imperium. Is it true?
It is. The Sisters of Battle are a fire lit by the God Emperor. They are the echo of his voice that travels through the dark expanses of the universe. We bring his wrath to heretics, mutants, and other enemies of humanity. We protect the faithful from the unholy and unhallowed. Sometimes with words, more often than not with a bolter.
Are all sisters truly as faultless as you say?
Even the novices of the Adeptus Sororitas are drawn from among the most worthy. Those who have taken the vows and become a full-fledged sister are the best of the best, tested by trials of body and spirit. Yes, there have been cases when a sister stumbled or showed weakness, but do not expect to hear a story of depravity or downfall from me. Each such occurrence is a great tragedy for us all. Light cannot bear the smallest speck of darkness within. And thus those who have trespassed or shown weakness of spirit are given a chance at redemption. They are called Sisters Repentia, and may the enemy tremble before her, for nothing can stop a sister of battle who yearns to be cleansed of fault and weakness. Wearing nothing but robes, no armor, eviscerator in hand, those sisters who have once faltered find repentance on the battlefield. Their lives are seldom long, but a death in the name of purgation is a better fate than to live with a shadow in one's soul.
Man, I don't know if any of y'all seen it, but that one Warhammer Plus miniseries with the sister. There's a sister and a guardsman, but the guardsman, it was revealed, is actually just the sister's trauma following her. It was really good. Are there any other members of the Adeptus Sororitas in the Coronis Expanse?
And can operate independently of one another, sending their sisters wherever their presence is needed as deemed by the Ecclesiarchy. Perhaps somewhere in the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, may his path be blessed, my sisters perform their duty as we speak. I wish it were so. Even a single evening spent in joint prayer and training would bring me joy.
I will do joint prayer and training with you. What order are you from?
Once I had completed my novitiate, I was sent to the Calixian branch of the Order of Our Martyred Lady, assigned to the Orders Pronatus. The Order's mission is vital and noble. The Sisters Pronatus protect great relics of the Imperium. We guard them, preserve them, escort them when they are brought onto the battlefield or presented for pilgrims to venerate.
Absolutely, it's what they're calling it these days, broski. Glad you can make it. How you doing, man?
And we seek out the relics that have been lost. Neither a coven of heretics nor the most wicked death world can deter Sisters Pronatus when their goal is to return a piece of the great legacy of the Imperium into the hands of the faithful.
Ooh, Lore Imperium succeeded. The Order Pronatus is not one of the Order's militant, and yet you're a trained fighter.
Don't let the name deceive you. The Order's militant trains sisters to march onto the battlefield as an army. That does not make sisters who belong to the non-militant orders timid and helpless.
Makes sense. Order's militant is the military. The rest of them are still warrior nuns.
Both the solace-bringing Sisters Hospitaller and the enlightened Sisters Dialogus know how to greet enemies of humanity. Their dialogue with heretics is usually quite short, with the last word being a bolter discharge. And my order has all the more reason to be known for the martial prowess of its sisters. We are the keepers of the Imperium's relics. What would become of our blessed hero's legacy if the Sisters Pronatus could not protect it?
I'm excited for someone who knows what's happening to be watching. You get that whole dramatic irony of knowing when the protagonist is doing something stupid. You said you belonged to the Calixian branch of your order. What brought you to the Cronus Expanse?
The Order sent me to Footfall. My undertaking was to assist the local priesthood of Drusians in caring for a sacred reliquary that had been there since the time of Pastor Mr. Wayne, the station's founder.
Alright, no more questions about the Sisterhood.
Should any more arise, keeping them to yourself would be imprudent. It is a virtue
Okay.
to take an interest in holiness.
Alright, well tell me about yourself.
About me? I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to tell about me?
How did you end up on Theodore's
I
ship?
first came here when I found myself in need of passage from Footfall to a remote planet. But I imagine what interests you is not that first journey, but rather what brought me aboard prior to the cultist attack. That story is complicated. It just so happened that I made a mistake. In a moment of laxity, I was ambushed by the accursed followers of the archenemy.
Oh no.
I was badly wounded. Lady Theodora came to my aid and brought me aboard her ship, where crew attended to me in my weakened state. It all happened not too long ago. I had barely recovered from my wounds when the cultists struck. Truly, the servants of evil know no rest. There is no place where we can be safe from their machinations.
Well, I'm gonna ask what happened to the people who wounded you. Did Theodora's men eliminate them? But I feel like this might be related to her personal request.
Sadly, they did not. Lady Theodora was in a hurry and chose not to stay on the planet. Her people took me to a ship while I was unconscious, and when I came to my senses, we were already flying away. How I pray to come face to face with those heretics once more. And it's bound to happen someday.
Hell yeah, we're gonna hunt them down. Is it difficult for you to accept that you made a mistake?
It happens even to the best of us.
So
My
yes.
mistakes are my burden to bear. I'll find a way to atone for them.
Where did this happen?
On one of the recently discovered planets in the Expanse. No one suspected that it had already been tainted by the filth of heresy. Had I known it beforehand, of course I would have been on my guard.
We could go to that planet and deal with the Chaos Worshippers.
The path to that planet was lost.
Oh,
All the knowledge is gone, along with the previous navigator. It would take immense effort and resources to rediscover the route. The heir to the von Valanci's protectorate must have plenty of other issues to deal with right now. Perhaps later, when the skies above our heads have cleared.
okay, so that's gonna be a later game thing then. There's no way you put in a character's unresolved backstory and then don't let me resolve it. Like, that's just basic game writing. What was it like traveling on Theodore's ship?
I hadn't been here that long. Just one journey from Footfall, and the other journey, the majority of which I spent in the confines of the Medbay. I can't tell you much about the first voyage. I was more focused on prayers and ruminations than on the people around me, or the journey itself. During the last journey, Seneschal Viserion stood out for me. He came by several times to ask about my health. He's an honorable man and a loyal servant of the Imperium. I think he is as meticulous in his inspections of the logistics systems as he is in his inquiries about the health of the occasional sister of battle aboard the ship. But not all of Theodora's people have earned my trust. You know who I'm talking about. There is no place for Adira Talas among the God Emperor's faithful. I'm surprised she wasn't in league with the cultists. And I'm equally surprised by how deep heresy and treason run in this place. I'm glad we all made it through that dark hour. May the day that follows be bright.
I mean, Adira was the one who was like, yeah, take the apparition's hand. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. It gives a full art of their, if you hover over the eye. That's cool. Adira was the one who told me to take the heretic route. So, like, I do see that. But I'm also a psyker myself, so I'm kind of worried there's a chance she thinks that just because Adir's a psyker.
As you wish.
It can go either way with the Sororitas. What is it that's keeping you in my retinue?
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary, but for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew.
Adir is unsanctioned. Spoilers. No, I'm kidding. It might have already told me that and I didn't notice. Huh. That would explain why she doesn't like her. Alright. I can either say, it pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew. May the enemies of the Imperium tremble before our slaughter. Or, I enjoy your company, Argenta. I hope that you remain in the crew and the ship becomes your home. I'm definitely not saying you might be of use to me, so I have no problem with your presence, and I'm not saying I see no place on your ship. Which would she appreciate more? She's gonna appreciate... Is that making her too much of a stereotype of a Gulf 1, though? For now, let's go with, it pleases me to have a servant of the Golden Throne in my crew.
So they shall.
Alright, you said you have a personal request for me.
I indeed have a request, Rogue Trader. The accursed servants of Chaos who assaulted this ship took the lives of your loyal crew members, and they orphaned many children, including the progeny of the brave officers who defended their posts until the bitter end. I don't know what customary practices there are for cases like this in Von Valancia's territory, but in the world I'm familiar with, the children of such brave souls could expect to receive some special consideration. Perhaps the Rogue Trader could meet with the orphans?
What good would meeting them do? That's rude. Make arrangements for meeting worthy of Rogue Trader. I will address the orphans with a speech. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children of people who gave their lives to the Von Valancia's dynasty. My consideration is the least they deserve. Deliver this order on my behalf. The orphans are to be properly provided for, but a personal meeting with the Rogue Trader is too much? Or why would I? That's also rude. Make arrangements for a meeting worthy of Rogue Trader. I'll address the orphans with a speech. That's impersonal, but showing ceremony, and therefore recognition of the importance. I will meet with them, no formalities needed. These are the children people gave their lives to Von Valancia's dynasty. My consideration is the least I deserve. Let's go with that one.
I will pass on your instructions. Thank you for taking my request to heart.
Those are pretty old-looking orphans. The motley crew of adolescents do not take their eyes off you, gazing at you as if you were a creature straight from a fairy tale. Our indefatigable sister has been keeping an eye on these pups. Abelard glances at the gathered children. It is hardly the Scala Progenium in here, but we have provided the orphans on our ship with adequate care and instruction. Argenta is standing to the side of the group. At your approach, she perks up and announces, her voice ringing. Brave ones, the master of this ship has appeared before you, the one who guides it through the darkness of the universe by the Emperor's will. Greet your Lord Captain, the Rogue Trader of House Von Valancius. Einrig Montag. You notice Infernus Master Einrid Montag standing a few paces away from the orphans. He watches you with approval and bows respectfully when you meet his gaze. Infernus Master, do you serve as a teacher in your spare time? Not at all, your ladyship. I'm just looking out for them. It's the Infernus way to help folks in trouble. It's our job, after all. So we chip in rations here and there and make sure nobody gives them a hard time. We take the older ones into the clan's care if they want. Many in the guild are not our family by blood, but by circumstance. Alright. So I can either grandly address the group. I, the rogue trader and lord captain of this ship, speak to you now. Your parents gave their lives for a just cause and brought honor to the Von Valentius banners and those of the Imperium. I am proud of them and believe you will become their worthy heirs. Or I can smile at the group. Your lord captain greets you, brave ones. Or address the chaperones. Give them treats and escort them to their homes. I believe a minute beholding the lord captain is a great enough honor for them. That's... God, I love Warhammer. Smile at the group. Your lord captain greets you, brave ones. The teenagers keep staring at you. A girl who has remained close to Argenta smiles uncertainly. A skinny, pale lad tries to throw his shoulders back and stand at attention like a soldier. Only a few teenagers at the far end of the row seem sullen and not particularly impressed. One of the scowling visitors with a thin scar across his face tosses his head back and says bitterly, "So what? Why should we care? Our friends and parents died in their dozens for you, noble lot, and you just give us speeches." Argenta quickly turns to the boy. A flurry of emotions flashes in her dark eyes, like she wants to both calm him and scold him for his impudence. Just the chaperones, their compartment leaves much to be desired. I hope they will be molded into worthy servants of House Von Valentius. This audience is over. And Furnace Master, since you are so concerned about the orphans, they are henceforth your clan. It falls to you to teach them the meaning of what their parents fought and died for. Address the group. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. Ignore the interruption. Rest assured you won't be abandoned. You'll be taken care of. I do want my secondary thing to be the care about the people thing. If not my primary. I wanted to do the dogmatic to get the voice out of my head. So absolutely. If you have things to say them without fear. I will listen. The boy smiles grimly. It doesn't matter what we say. It won't bring our parents back, and it won't change our fates either. We'll keep slaving away on this ship until we drop and die like our folks. Or worse. I can say that I understand your grief and dismay. Your parents died. It's not an easy thing to go through, but they gave their lives for the truth, for the good of the whole ship, for the Imperium. Do not speak of their honorable fate with anger and disdain. Or, when the heretics who killed your parents attacked the ship, I was there. I took command, I fought, I repelled the assault as quickly as I could. But no war can be won without losses. You can only strive to do what is within your power. Or, the strong have the power to decide the fate of others. The weak either obey or die. If you seek a different lot in life, boy, save your grumbling and look for an opportunity to rise above the rest. Definitely one of the first two. Let's go with the first one. Don't dishonor them. You heard the rogue trader. Her words carry the wisdom of the Imperium. It's hard to say whether or not your words have left an impression on the boy, but he nods slowly. Then he catches himself and gives you an awkward bow. Abelard gives a sign, and servants immediately emerge carrying packaged treats with Von Valentius emblazoned on the wrappers. It appears that the Shinasal came prepared for any contingency. Your parents died, kids. Have a candy bar. Argenta rubs her temple pensively. She smiles and offers a few more words of encouragement, then leaves the bay. I did see there was that one option to address the chaperones and make their housing better. That's true. The alternative is your parents died and you don't have a candy bar. Did I have an opportunity there to improve their housing and didn't take it because I was talking to them and didn't want to end the conversation before talking to them? But I absolutely needed to do that sooner. I might have, it'll be fine. Alright, errands. New blood. That's refilling my crew. Machine Spirit Keeper, Engine Seer, the Guide, Navigator. Alright. So now it is time to decide which planet we go to first. So that's just visit it. That's guide, make contact with the Navis Novolite Station. So there's 3 things I could do on Rykad Minoris. 2 things I can do on Urak 5. 1 thing I can do on Rykadi Philea. So I guess, do I want to go to the planet I will spend the most... I have the most things to do first and work down? Or do I want to go to the quick stop and work up? This is definitely a prison break, right? They've had their distress signal sending out, but no one is answering. So this is going to be a lot of combat. Whereas this new blood is get new crew, Machine Spirit Keeper, get the Engine Seer, and then just land on the planet. Right? The Interrogator must have visited Rykad Minoris. Perhaps the planetary governor knows of its present whereabouts or the planned course of action. Wait a minute, didn't they say there were signs of civil war previously? I vaguely recall someone telling me that there were signs of civil war going on the planet. So it sounds like there's going to be a lot of combat either way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know there's always going to be combat. It's a video game RPG. Whereas this would get me in touch with the navigators. Do they also have some urgent danger going on? Because if so, maybe I need to make sure I get that navigator pretty quick. Because it'd be pretty not great if I got some third-rate navigator. Yeah, let's go get the navigator first. Vox Master Vigus. Lord Captain, astropathic cryomancer Zachary Weiss is trying to speak to you via a private channel. Greetings, your ladyship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the Dynasty's ship or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving your choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the Dynasty's worlds. It is coming from the Rykad system astropathic station. Oh, look at that! That is what I was just asking about. What is the nature of this scream? We do not know, your ladyship, but it has brought the Immaterium to a boil. It has always been a violent, roaring ocean that could spell doom to any who would consider stepping into its waters. Now, however, it has become a cradle of madness, where expelled images fuse together, twisting and crackling, before crashing into the minds of all who perceive it. A mighty warp storm, the likes of which I cannot recall, rages in the Imperium, and it fills me with terror. Hi, Lodgepole. How are you doing today? If the scream stops, will we be able to contact someone? That makes sense. That we would, yeah. I humbly hope so, your ladyship. Perhaps we will manage to send a call for aid to the Von Valentius Worlds, or one of the dynasty's allies. That sounds pretty important. If these guys are going on a civil war, getting help from outside the system could be useful. We're going to pay a visit to that system. Thank you, your ladyship. Alright. Oh, the astropathic station, not... Oh, I thought that was Urak 5 he was talking about. Oh, so do I need to go do that first? The Scream. Oh, nice. Yeah, thank you for checking in at least. Yeah, a few people have told me that if they drop in today, they're going to be second monitoring and whatnot, which is why I'm always trying to read everything I can out loud if there's not voice acting. Alright, great. So now I have to decide between 4 things. Alright, well, if the astropathic station isn't the navigator, I think I hold off on that briefly. Because if there's a horrible warp storm going on, and I'm a psyker, that sounds dangerous. Getting a little bit more experience and willpower and points sounds useful. So I'm still going to Urak 5, I think. With these symbols next to that. Might just be. Alright, still going to Urak 5. Oh, that's my... Okay, that wasn't next to Rykad Minoris. That's neat. So you can always find your ship. Okay, cool. Vox Magister Vigus. Lord Captain, reporting. The heralds of the Navis Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Urak 5 being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. We have also detected an accumulation of space debris near the space station's dock. Presumably, it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilite house requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmission. Oh no. Contact the station again. I would negotiate personally. Order the auger crew to scan the station. Turn back, no one dares give me order. Or, we will not invade a Navis Nobilite station without first acquiring official approval. Who would I get official approval from? Order the auger crew to scan the station. Yes, Lord Captain. The Vox remains silent for a while, but then you hear static and Vigdus's measured voice. The officers from the auger crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigator's heralds ignoring us? Contact the station again. I will negotiate personally. The Vox relays the cadent sound of grinding gears and clicking tumblers. I am sorry, Lord Captain. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by a rogue trader and the declaration of your intent to negotiate in person. Ooh, this is going to cause issues if I dock anyway, but if I don't... I love that this game is throwing decisions that feel like they can have huge consequences at me already. Does the order I do this in matter? Hang on. If there's a prison break going on down here, again, that's still just me theorizing. and there's a civil war going on here, and there is depressurized things here, and there's a scream going on there. Do you want an actual answer to that? I'm so used to games doing the oh gosh, everything is horrible and needs to be resolved right now, or horrible consequences will happen. But then you can just go spend 10 hours gathering plants for alchemy instead, and nothing negative happens. So yes, actually, I do want an answer to that. I don't know if it will change my decision-making process, because I try to already treat like that, because as soon as I notice that that's a thing in games, it becomes a lot harder for me to care. And so I try to maintain the illusion as long as I can. So you can do minor stuff like the Astropathic Station without a trigger. Okay, so the Astropathic Station is a minor thing, not one of the big things. Okay. But there are minor variations depending on which of the main choices you pick first. Okay, that's neat. Cool, thank you. And it will be referred to in blue text during the dialogue. Yeah, it was, like when I got stabbed with a knife. Yeah, okay. It had the whole voice thing going on. So, am I landing on Urek 5? Specifically the demon voice. The other voices are normal. They're supposed to be there. I can make that joke. I think I'm gonna dock. I think I dock here. Ordered the crew. Who would I get permission from? It would have to be the rogue trader whose system this actually belongs to, right? But I don't know. I can't get a hold of him without the astropaths and a navigator. And if these guys are about to get, like, wiped out by something, order the crew to dock. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Alright, choose your party members. Oh, I can have up to 6? I thought it was 4. Cool. Alright. All injuries and traumas are removed after returning to your flagship. If only.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Wretches, you will be consigned to oblivion for your transgression against House Orselio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servant from peril. Prayers would not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of House Orselio, I command you to execute the infidels. I don't know, I think if people are praying to the Emperor as you're about to execute them, they'll, like, maybe... oh, Master, we have guests on the station. Felix Orsello, a tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid in the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Abelard, if you would be so kind. The Seneschal takes a deep breath. Before you stands her ladyship, the rogue traitor Aronius Pixel von Valentius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Coronis Expanse, and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out that Noblite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the, unusual circumstances on the station, her ladyship, the rogue traitor, is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. There is a dangerous glint in the man's dark, shrouded eyes. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this place. So, you did not arrive to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Yurok 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. Provide me with a navigator and I'll immediately depart the station. I came here in search of a navigator, so you're coming with me. I'm looking for the Lord Inquisitor's interrogator, one Heinrich von Kaurox. Do you know anything about his presence and location? What is happening on the station? Where did all these corpses come from? Let's go with that one. I don't want to immediately show up and make demands. Like, yes, I have my, this is what I need, but less betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the Noblite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Yurok 5, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most forgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Or most unforgivably. Whew, that's a... greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Felix falls silent for a few moments, and then furiously slams the end of his staff onto the floor. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia, and are now torturing her upstairs, while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her now, or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. I can ask, what kind of help are you talking about? I still have questions concerning the situation on the station. Taken by force. I do not care about your mistress. I am looking for a navigator and you will do. Or attack. Your words are rife with disrespect and I will not tolerate it. What kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet... Felix takes his hand away from his ribcage, notices blood, and winces in pain. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you will need to remake a holy relic sanctioned with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. So I still don't know that this is... For all I know, this dude is lying to me. Like, I have no proof that this dude is not the instigator of all this going on. Why should I help you? You came to this station for a reason. House Orselia would not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved, but if you aid us now, I promise we will reach an agreement that you find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the powers of our navigators. No one who offers you riches or influence to help them is offering for a good reason. How do I remake the control rod? I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help to rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly performed the rites of appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. This fateful hour is now upon us. So how am I supposed to power the elevator? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. If it's so simple, why don't you do it himself? He is bleeding out. That's a stupid question. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided? Descend of the Von Valencius line. A lot of options here. I'm not going to read them all. I still have questions concerning the situation. Our idle chatter will now save Lady Cassia, but if you need to be sure of something before you can help, so be it. Why did you not respond to the messages from Rykad Minoris? I've already said your Act 5 is sacrosanct. It is the holy domain of the Navis Nobilite, and is forbidden for commoners from the world below. We had hoped to solve the crisis on our own, but when the situation spiraled out of control, we could not establish contact because the traders had disabled our equipment. Tell me about your mistress. Regretfully, I am not allowed to discuss my mistress, whether with her retinue or the outsiders. She would tell you about herself personally if she feels like it. That is, assuming she survives. I am begging you not to waste any more of our precious time, for it is running out. My men have reported the station is in a deplorable state. Trust me, I should know. Everything happened too quickly. There were dozens of reports of accidents, victims, and failing systems. But the only precious thing aboard this station is Lady Cassia's life. Everything else is futile and can be easily replenished. What makes you think your mistress is still alive? A spark of concern flickers in the black pits of his eyes. You may not believe me, but Lady Cassia is capable of... The navigator cringes, seemingly in pain, and furiously exhales. Incredible things. Not even the traitor Theobald can easily harness her power. Okay, so he is concerned. Possibly for her, possibly for something. But he's showing actual concern. Unless the game's like, no. Alright, enough questions. Will your house upset the balance of power in this part of the galaxy? If I will help you, if not for the sake of profit, but appear and will be honor. It will cost you about a rescuer. I rescue her, but in exchange, I require you to sign a contract. Taken by force, attack. It would be an honor to save the Lady Navigator from her woes. Felek nods curtly. You should hurry then. We will stay here to hold the line and lick her wounds. Good luck, rogue trader, and may the Emperor's light be with you. Items received, phylactery of blood. A sealed vial engraved with the initials CTEO. Alrighty.
The premonition runs true.
The corpses were mauled by a force far beyond any mortal capacity. The faces are twisted in pain, and the hands are fused with improvised weapons, tools, scissors, and cutlery. Fascinating. Is this a side room or is this progress? So I want to loot everything I can. Ooh, goods. Speaking of loot. Multi-key, shards of darkness. That sounds dangerous. Still gonna collect all though. Is that interactable? No.
We are bound by the
Nope.
blood of martyrs.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the
Why
witch
are
is
you
talking about the
crying,
enemies of
Shingo?
humanity who set upon this abode of noble navigators, then our weapons will soon dispel their wicked misery.
Alright, let's see if I can jump over this.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
The whispers told me a secret.
Oh, fascinating.
Did you want something?
Alright, there's a trap up ahead. Order your character to disable it. If a character enters a trapped area or fails a test to disarm it, the trap will trigger, dealing damage and inflicting injuries on all characters within its area of effect. Sometimes you'll see a trap marked with a red area and a connecting dotted line. This line leads to the mechanism that controls the trap. Hover your cursor over the mechanism. If the cursor changes to a trap icon, the trap can be disarmed. Okay, cool. The Lady Navigator statue looks pristine and new. So they're red when I hover over them.
Do you see that? That wasn't so difficult.
Let us walk this path to the end.
Alright, so 75% Medicaid chance right here.
I have proven myself yet
Most of
again.
these unfortunate souls took their own lives by slicing their guts wide open. Ooh. More good salute.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Stand firm. We must not let the miscreants defile House Orselio. Fire at will for House Orselio.
I will cast you into eternal darkness.
Alright, speeding up animation in combat. In combat, you can significantly increase the animation speed of your enemies and allies. To do so, hold the assigned key, space by default. In the options menu, you can enable this option to speed up animations automatically or disable it. Alright, prepare for battle. Get your characters into position. Path is blocked. This is a really bad location for my party comp. Alright, start the battle.
It strengthens me.
Not injured. I'm in
Follow my lead. Break their morale.
Alright, does running gun give her additional movement? Yes.
As the
+4
Emperor
movement.
commands, I act.
So if I send her here.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
%, 38%. So none of these have really high likelihoods of hitting, but
Doubt is for the weak.
hell yeah.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Alright, well. But she hit 3 people. I'll hold off on using that.
Weapon at the ready.
Oh, I didn't even see these guys over here.
Just a minor setback.
Oh, they're gonna get...
Follow my lead.
She's fine.
Follow my lead.
I will endure.
Okay, okay. Alright, Abelard. I don't want to move you just 2 spots. Oh, man, but maybe I need to. So I not want to throw you out of cover.
Victory is imminent.
I'm on the one above the, starting default one. One above normal. Where it stops giving them... Where it stops giving me as many bonuses as them. More bonuses. Is there a way to just look? Options. Difficulty. I'm on daring. Because I saw that's when all these modifiers change to 0. And I know it says, oh, you know, it's not recommended for people unfamiliar with it. I'm not a coward.
My faith strengthens me. Follow my lead. Break their morale.
If these guys hadn't shot first,
Weapon at
I
the
would
ready.
definitely wonder, you know, maybe if these are the guys... Friendly fire? If these are the guys I should be helping instead. Psyker increases the target's dodge and parry by 11% until end of combat. Absolutely, I'm throwing that on Abelard. And can she see him to
I'm
analyze him?
not so sure.
No line of sight. Alright. Can she not move there just because Argenta blocks her? Or is that really how small her movement is?
Anything else? Farewell.
Let's take care of that. Oh, this is a mistake. I know this is a mistake.
Rejoice in
Endure.
service.
And then stalwart defense. In that direction. And hope. I don't know whether stalwart defense protects from shots or not. I found that normal is too easy for my character by mid-chapter 2, so I think daring is a good choice. Cool. Cool. Alrighty. Is that saying there's no chance of hitting him or guaranteed chance of hitting him?
I'll do it.
Oh, should have done that immediately.
Onward! Pain places the body.
Ooh, Argenta. Argenta, no. Alright. Abelard, you're also going out without much cover.
It will be done.
Follow my lead. My faith strengthens me. Follow my lead.
Just trying to give him an easier target than Argenta. Oh no! Alright, traumas. Once a character has suffered a certain number of injuries, these injuries are replaced with trauma. Make use of medikits in time to treat injuries to avoid characters suffering traumas. Removing traumas is a more difficult task. They can only be healed by resting on the ship or in certain other places suitable for rest. Ooh, okay. That super went poorly. Oh, God. And she also can't reach cover. Did I just end up in a horrible spot? Or am I already doing this very poorly? Alright, at least she's super useful.
But of course.
And forewarn, throwing that on. Just throw
Anything
it on
else?
me. Because it is end of combat, yeah.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens. I will not be deterred.
Let's deal with that medic. Seems best.
The Emperor commands.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. I'm not interested.
Can you not
I'd
see
rather
him? Oh, is that full? Alright.
Victory is
Of course you dodge it.
Stay vigilant. Follow my lead.
I've suffered worse.
My faith strengthens me. Follow my lead. Break their morale.
Oh, I could have gone this way. Ah, that would have been so much better. Okay. Gosh.
I know what is to come.
just gonna... Alright. Buff yourself. And can you reach anyone with Psychic Streak? Nope. Alright. Can you analyze anyone?
On it.
And so, shall your corrupt way has failed you. Rejoice in service. I will not be deterred.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
I shall endure everything with unshakable faith.
Does charge give bonus movement? No, it does not.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. At your beck and call. It will be done. One fewer target.
Alright. Not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting that to work. Ask them if they're fans of bluegrass. Maybe convince them to join your jug band.
Let this be the warning.
I
All
think
who oppose
if
us.
I encountered fans of bluegrass in I don't think I want them joining my band, at least. Like I'm not. I don't think that's exactly the vibe we're going for. Okay, she can analyze him. Can she shriek at him? No. She can shriek at him, though. Cool. Dang, that shriek seems to consistently kill someone. Get them into hooch. There's no way they know how to make a good still. I'm suspecting some taint and heresy going on in my chat. Ignite.
And so shall it be done. Actions will speak louder than words. And so shall it be done.
Alright. Abelard.
Someone else can do this. Indeed.
Ah, I have,
Strengthens me.
Oh, the commander's just running away? Tisk. Tisk. Coward.
Cover me.
What can I? Alright, so that went really poorly.
With a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming
This creature's
nearby.
strength and toughness are reduced
A
by
child
minus
was
20.
saved
Action
from
points
death.
are reduced by 1.
1,000 heretics were
Oh
burning
no!
alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
I get it. You don't want them to interfere if you're creating musical vision. Yeah, yeah. Because the plan is we're gonna be like a heavy metal, like worship the Emperor. Oh gosh, bunch of new boom boom. That flak chest plate looks like it might be good for someone. Gonna loot everything before I start throwing anything on anyone, though. Mutated flesh sample. A flesh sample with numerous outgrowths colored in a mesh of bluish black veins. That doesn't sound good. Ripper auto pistol. Little shorthand snub. Oh, I didn't look at the other thing. I think it was grenades. You have found a consumable item. Grenades, stimulants, medikits, and other consumables can be placed in a quick slot access. To do this, double-click on such an item, left mouse button, or drag it to the highlighted slot by holding left mouse button. Each consumable item has a certain number of uses, which is indicated in the item's description. As in most actions in combat, using consumable items spends the character's action points. Meteorite chunk. A shard of fused meteorite, still cold with the icy breath of the void. I don't think they have bluegrass in their veins. Wait, the source of bluegrass is that flesh sample? Oh no. Were they protecting this door? Because they started shooting me when I got over here. Alright, go loot that.
We are
I've
the
already looted
spearhead
that.
of the Imperium.
No.
What advice do you seek?
Yes?
Nope. Sorry, I
I'm
keep grabbing the
restless.
wrong person. Is it worth looting all the pistols? Like, can I sell them to someone later? Probably, right? Yes, okay, cool. And more flak armor. Cool, cool. Intercepted conversation between security officers. Tremendous honor. Yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the Child's personal guard. By the God Emperor. Well, you are a strapping lad. You'll probably make it for a cycle. You'll probably make it for a cycle or three. It has worn down better men than me. What even is the point if your brains turn to mush? It may rip out my eyes like Amos did. At best, I'll just go bonkers like that little shit stain that kept stealing our Iho. Oh, what happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the guard would not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Unlike that fish-eyed, "Be quiet, he might hear you." Well, you know what I mean. He almost busted our heads because someone forgot to check the... Can I scroll? Is there more? Yes. He almost busted our head because someone forgot to check the catering unit. We haven't let in a single outsider in over 10 years, but Keeper Theobald keeps finding things to fret over. Imagine the shrieking if he finds out that Keeper Felix didn't make us inspect the hangar after Lord Winterscale's most recent visit. Throne forbid. I try to steer clear of the squabbles among the Highborn. Some of Keeper Felix's orders make little sense, like the last time he commanded that we cut off communication with Rykad Minoris for a while. Why would he do that? It looks like he grew tired of the Winterscale's Scion's visits. Well, it's always a pleasure to aid Keeper Felix. That's right. If the Highborn have grown tired of each other, let them deal with it. Alright, so I think that mesh is better than her flak. What skill do grenades use, if anything? I'll give myself grenades. I should give Abelard grenades since he has garbage range. Oh, okay, I have 4 of them. Alright, cool. Gunner replaces auto gun with a las gun. Gonna give her medikit. Abelard has heavy armor. I have flak chest plate already. Alright, so this armor is not actually helpful to me immediately. Alright, cool. Oh, I saw so much more to loot. Holy cow. I thought I was basically done. A list of things servants in the household are supposed to do. A good major domo attempts to nurture only the finest. This probably isn't necessary to read. This is just flavor text, looks like. Alright. Then Data Crypt H40KO. That sounds like it'll be important. Lower Imperium, 100%.
I rise above hardships.
Alright, so which of these two doors do I think is progress? And which do I think is loot? Let's go. No, they were definitely
The
protecting that one.
divine watches over us.
The heavy door is secured by a sophisticated mechanism. There must be some way to unlock it from somewhere else. Alright, fair enough. I don't see... Okay, must be this door then.
We should deal with this.
Duty prevails.
More loot.
Warp. If we'd been in real space,
Navigator flesh sample.
I'd have...
Idira, stop castigating yourself. Your soothsayings have always been vague. Even if you had her, who among us would have realized that it was Lady Theodora who was in peril?
Hey, you're really bad at your job, so you're not useful anyway, so don't beat yourself up about failing. Is that literally what he just said? Because that feels like what he just said.
Would you look at that?
Okay. That's what I was telling me about earlier, those, some traps that you need to...
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Mars pattern sword. Heck yeah, better than the Mazoa pattern. And better gloves. Because, I mean, I don't really care about tech use right now. Alright, Abelard. You're getting your weapons upgraded. Either demolition, I can multi-use, or I can tech use. I feel like I should save the demolition for lower than 78%.
The Whispers told me how.
Never doubt me.
Alright, so if I enter that room, am I going to start talking to those people, or am I going to start fighting those people? Did you hear the screams? Move! Sir, are you alright? We can't hear anything. Now I see. You are in league with them. Is this an introduction? Yes, indeed. Death to the traitors. Oh, is there not actually an insurrection right now? Are people just, like, going mad from something on the... Sir, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir! I know, you're all traitors. Traitors, all of you. They told me. They whispered. Hey, who are you? Oh. Well. Data crypt H41, okay. Research notes of the Navis. That sounds important. Alright. Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growth so we could study the influence of the rebellious Immaterium on the flesh of the Navis Nobilite. Just as we thought, navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery. But let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised. I'm lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound in the formula. All the data related to the experiment were recorded to data crypt K04, and I will get back to them later, once I am done with experiment H41 OK. Have I mentioned that the chunk of meteorite found by Keeper Felix subjects is completely useless? Although, its shining granules could be used to make new paints for the child. Yes, I think I'm going to do exactly that. So this meteorite's, like, super a demon rock. I'm super carrying around, like, a demon rock. Phenomenal. Alright. No clue. Well, that door's locked. The fact the person is still alive is evidenced only by barely audible groans. Whereas the child, is she safe? We are done for. They'll kill us all. I can't take this anymore. Aga. We are done for. They'll kill us all. I can't take this anymore. Uve has had his tongue cut off, just like the rest of the lesser servants of House Roselia. Phenomenal. For some reason, the archenemy's twisted influence has found its way into the station. I was gathering. Alright. Awaken the cogitator spirit. The cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. Well, I mean, if I just drop it, anyone can pick it up. Whereas if I carry it around, I can figure out what to do with it and maybe destroy it. That's my logic. The Cogitator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Awaken the Cogitator. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The Cogitator's insides emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the Cogitator system. Request data on the station's navigators. After a brief pause, the data appears on the vid screen. Felix Roselio, location, main hall, alive. Theobald Orselio, location, upper chambers, status, alive. Calomira Orselio, location, upper chambers, status, deceased. Alexis Orselio, location, lower levels, status, deceased. Rasmus Esteban Orselio, location, unknown, status, deceased. The Child, location, upper chambers. Biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature. Stress levels exceed the permissible limit. Status, unknown error. Attention, calming procedures advised. Attention, upper chambers inaccessible. Error, the control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact a station keeper or the Navis Laborum custodian. Examine the log. The archive data stored on the Cogitator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual log for examination. View Vox Report 12AH890. The Vox recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A28282. Do you copy? Several generators overheated in the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The tech priest sent crews to investigate the problem. The tech priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back. The officer's speech is interrupted by shouting, and the recording abruptly ends. Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We have located traces of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crews 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We are attempting to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply, and cannot be sure it is even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. The following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make out even a single word. View the recent entries of the incident log. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. Again! An order came from above to have the remains reprocessed. The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. Have they been just keeping some little demon antichrist child? Examine the station's docking log. The log is completely corrupted, but we managed to recover the latest entry. Identity confirmed. Regent Aeronto Orselio. Date of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. Examine the security and life support logs. Warning, damage in technical compartments A12, B3, D8, and H24 detected. Warning, living quarters L10, L16, L28 depressurized. Warning, unable to access the station's docking system. Warning, energy regulation systems. Unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning. View the encrypted data. Something buzzes in the Cogitator's metallic gut. Several red lumens light up above the big screen. Required access level, security captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. Tech U78, break through the Machine Guardian's defenses. Success. You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. The Cogitator's overloaded processors whir unhappily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the Purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands, having been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness, now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child delete picked flow, disable access code, annul station controls, delete, activate, shuttle, self-destruct, purge command log. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's report, mentioning the security system had recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, "Only the keepers of the station have access to the light support systems, but Keeper Theobald had not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that?" Okay, so yeah, the dude I was suspicious of. Return to the list of available commands. Do I call Rykad Minoris for help? Can I call Rykad Minoris for help? The system cannot carry out command despite the eager compliance of the machine spirits. One thing is certain, the problem does not lie in the cogitator's mechanisms. Switch to the main chamber controls. Open all doors on the level. That sounds bad. Because if those are like pressurized air doors outside or something. It would give me a warning. It wouldn't let me just like accidentally space half the station. The entire station if I opened all doors, right? Yeah, no, it wouldn't let me just accidentally space the entire station. Open all doors. The cogitator's vid screen goes dark as if the machine spirit had fled their mechanical casket. But your assumption is incorrect, as it fills with static just a few moments later. You can barely make out an inscription amid the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning, data corrupted. Processing, error. Bunch of binary is required. Oh god. Let's go with logic 93%. That sounds like the best bet. Logic test succeeded. The vid screen lights up with a smattering of unfamiliar green symbols, and you hear a peculiar click from somewhere behind you. It appears one of the doors in the chamber is opened. One of. Return to the list of available commands. Main elevator controls. Few manipulations with the switches make you realize the elevator to the upper chambers is blocked. Activate the elevator. Process inquiry confirmed. Step away from the cogitator.
Damn it.
Oh, did you just fail the tech use?
I shall repent.
Alright, time to finally use it.
Irony.
Did I just fail that 83% chance multiple times in a row? Or like, if you fail once, are you always gonna fail?
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
I'm gonna try one last time.
Come on.
Alright.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Let's see what that long lasts. Would that be better to throw on him than... No, he's a melee person. That doesn't make sense. Long last will be exciting once I have someone for it, but I don't think I currently do. Alright, Carapace armor is gonna be better than her body glove. Absolutely gonna get myself fire grenades. What the hey?
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
So, what is going on here? Too many voices. I can hear their rage. The door's open. I didn't read that. What is going on? That's what it looks like when there's a warp issue. Which there is a warp issue. This whole ship is under warp. The heavy door is secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. I thought that's what I just did at that computer. Was that not what I just did? Did that open something else? Navigator control rod can be rebuilt in the laboratory using blood and a sacred mechanism. So there's a laboratory. So I didn't see...
An expected result.
Hurry, each minute. Where's the laboratory?
Experience.
I super had to
Nothing
just
matters
miss
more.
something then, huh? Right?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Like, that has to be the laboratory. If that elevator's at the other room. So I thought... there's some mechanism I'm missing that will open that door. Carved demon rocking a jug for Bluegrass Band.
The divine watches over us.
This feels
Did I
like it's a
mention that
computer.
my whispers tell me jokes?
I could
Jokes that,
interact with.
once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy.
That sounds unpleasant.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
Is this... This doesn't look like a laboratory. This looks like... Oh, but maybe it is. Maybe you is who I need to... Why do you have a name? Awaken the Cogitator. Switch to main chamber controls. Open all doors at the level. That might have been a mistake. Just clicking something randomly. What? So are these gonna do things? This door's already opened. This door's already opened. Well, okay. I wish when I passed the initial... Oh, someone got loot earlier. Gives plus willpower bonus to lore warp. That sounds useful. Uh... Oh, that looks ugly. Alright. The unsanctioned psyker now knows more about the warp. Okay. Data crypt K040H. Cossack Center regions. Flesh sample. I'm definitely concerned about all the flesh samples we're picking up. Psi crystal. Bile gel, black water, unidentified acid. Am I gonna have to, like, correctly mix stuff to either cause an explosion or give life to something?
The burden of failure. Know your duty.
Oh gosh. Remake the control rod, transducer, Regent flask, catalyst flask, data, crypt connector, tissue flask. Oh no. Research notes in Navis, Laboratorium Custodian, Fortuna, Marcello, Part 12. Let's read that. This weird puzzle is optional for what it's worth. Optional means good loot? More and more servants are being influenced by the Immaterium, and it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We have discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to crystals we purchased from the Winterscale dynasty. I strongly recommend finely grinding the reagent to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The tech priest blessed the data crypt's H41OK for the calculated number of chronoturns, which means it's no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. The data crypt H40KO malfunctioned over the course of research. I shall remind the Technomats to deliver the sacred mechanism into Magos Dioctius's capable hands. Reward is a consumable. Lady Cassie's Medicae. Please. They all just lost their mind. Please don't kill me. Huh, time past 10 minutes. That's fascinating. Laboratory Journal H4045LS. Thought I just picked up another notebook. Yes. Experimental section of the child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. Alright, so research notes earlier was the flesh sample of the Navis Novolite are resistant to the warp. But don't mix adamantite dust and black water. That explodes. All the data related to the experiment were recorded on data crypt K04OH. K04OH, so that's one I need to put into the connector. Right? I'm possibly going way too soon with this. And then do not use acid under any circumstances. Don't use the crystals. And that demon rock, and that rock is making people freak out. So I use use this adamantite.
I need to look closer.
Oh. Adamantite dust. Okay, cool. So, tissue flask. I'm putting in navigator flesh sample. Catalyst flask. Putting in biogel. And reagent flask, I put in the adamantine dust. Activate the device. Whoop, that was wrong. Oh well.
Let us walk this path to the end.
LOL, that and explodes. Yep, thrown for content. Maybe.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Alright, Felix. I don't trust you, but... Felix Roselio looks a little better. His tangled hair is now neatly braided. His wounds are tightly bandaged, and there's some healthy color under the scales on his cheeks. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well? Remember, every second of hesitation may cost my mistress her life. Adira suddenly cocks her head and drives her nails deep into her shoulder. Then she starts mumbling. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to the accursed eye. They all wear masks, so poor and flimsy they fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, another a traitor. Thank you. I did not understand a single word. Thank you. Everything is clear now. Tell me more. What paths? I cannot say. One is paved with blind faith, the other of hatred and treachery. Both lead to tragedy. You simply have to decide what kind of tragedy you like the most. Who is who? Who do you see behind the masks? My whisperers are giggling nastily. They will not speak, the naughty little things. They say that tearing off the masks is your concern. Thank you. Everything is clear now. Adira nods tiredly and glances at Felix out of the corner of her eye. The station has had enough problems without your sorcery, Psyker. Felix waves Adira off and looks at you unexpectedly. I have many questions regarding what happened at the station. You think they are worth the life of my mistress? Who is the child mentioned? The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. The servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened on the station. Most I discovered were either unarmed or unfeeble. I trust you. Let's rescue your mistress. Who is this child? You meddled with something that should have been left alone. The keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia, for the commoners' dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are still able to speak. The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. Felix gives an indifferent shrug. That's why they are insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dared to raise their hand against the scions of noble bloodline? The servants alone could not be blamed for what happened on the station. Most corpses I discovered were either unarmed or feeble. Did you really think mere servants could plan a coup? The senior officers are just as guilty. Half of my guards butchered one another because they suspected treason. As for the real culprit, the coup was staged by those closest to the mistress. Destroying the shuttle, shutting off the power, and disabling the security systems. Too many things required special access. Access available only to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you are aware, there were 2 keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Orselio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her power, and also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen Urak 5 in our noble line. I listened to a recording of a private conversation between the station's officers. You are very lenient toward them, purposefully neglecting the security protocols. I saw the security captain's report. Only the keepers have access to the station system, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed, or maybe after, or Felix's stern face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who is going out of his way to preserve what little there is still left? By the God Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. I listened to a recording of a private conversation between the station's officers. You are very lenient toward them, purposefully neglecting the security protocols. I was lenient, that is true, and in the end I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The insurgents have left almost nothing of my home. The keeper spits out the last few words of particular bitterness. Enough. I would not trust you as far as I could throw you, Felix Orselio. It really is time to end this. Felix squares his shoulders and gestures to the guards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you are merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die. Alright, I didn't necessarily want to kill you. I was going to go rescue your mistress without you. Maybe that's not super obvious from I don't trust you. Argenta, you're going to stand there. You are going to... Oh god, I am surrounded fully. Fascinating. Okay, lovely. Headed out, luck and fortitude. Drive safe. You're gonna stand there. Abelard. You're gonna stand there. Oh, I can't start in melee with someone already. Then you're gonna start there. Just because that gives you the 2 spaces you need for charge.
My armor is contempt. I must not falter.
Victory is imminent. It will be done. At your beck and call. I'm not interested. I will do my duty.
Okay, so you're
As
gonna
the
running
Emperor
gun.
commands, I act. This is unacceptable. I'll do it. That is not not the Emperor's will.
Well, that didn't go how I hoped it would.
Doubt is for the weak.
Follow my lead.
Pain of
Oh
this
my.
mortal flesh means
I took care of this one.
Anything else? Was that you? Or no can do.
Here's a decent little chunk of health. Okay, so go there. Ooh, my scream does not fully take these people out anymore.
Will do.
Ooh, Pairs of the Warp. Oh no.
Break them all!
Why did I not foresee this?
rejoice in service. I will not be deterred. The Emperor commands.
Alright, Felix dealt with. Now it's just the bodyguards. I didn't realize there was someone still there.
My place is at the fore. Indeed.
Well, that didn't go too well. Alright, Argento.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That didn't work.
Weapon at the ready.
Oh, right. I super need to, like,
Anything else?
make sure
Will do.
I repair the, or heal myself before that. Ow! That didn't go how.
Stop mocking me.
The veil degradation is 0. Why is she perilsing?
Your end is nigh. Actions will speak. Your corrupt way has failed you. And so shall it be done.
Feel cold.
That's not the Seneschal's job. Follow my lead. At your beck and call. to dust. Victory is imminent.
Follow my lead. But of course. What the unfortunate turn of fate.
Alright, I'm not gonna bother having her cast anything, because... Alright.
I can't allow myself to do this. Rejoice in service. Another step towards our ultimate victory.
Is there still...
Power resides in the will of the righteous. I will not be deterred. Rejoice in...
Alright, so that momentum thing is pretty good.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows. The pain will subside.
Even in the darkest moments.
Alright, and you can't restore
Blessed be the
right?
hand of the healer.
Yeah, I think I just wasted that medikit.
For the Emperor.
Like, I still don't know for sure that, that he was the issue. Deadshot stub revolver. Yeah, I'll definitely take that, over my last pistol. And I also saw goggles I wanted to give her. Because +5 hit chance and plus crit chance sounds pretty good. Ritobi pattern lasgun. Damage 6 to 8 instead of 5 to 7. Yep, I'll throw that on Abelard. Oh, but no armor penetration. That's low enough damage that, I think the armor penetration is definitely beat by the increase in damage. Alright, cool.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Alright, time to hopefully find out whether or not this guy was actually the problem. Or part of the problem. The pale figure of unnaturally long limbs covers her face of her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet-misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Willpower test succeeded. You are enveloped in despair and grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead, your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from this station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions, and your world pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Adira emits something between a moan and a drawn-out whimper. Ow, ow, ow! As if my own little pals weren't bad enough. Now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head, and her white hair veils her face. Alright, I can either Abelard, what is this? Or Abelard is this? Or what vile creature is this? Argenta, rid the world of this heresy. Persuasion 100%. Lady Cassia, I am here to help you. Please calm yourself. I'm gonna go Persuasion. Persuasion test succeeded. She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound similar to both a sob and the howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? Erroneous Pixel von Valencius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Unease settles over her features, and she nods consciously. Pardon my manners, Erroneous Pixel. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance at such a time of great sorrow for our house. What is this? I feel faint. Theobald Orselio. The heavy-set old man, who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has been ripped away. The child. Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child? Throne preserve. Despite his venerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It is threaded with jet-black veins, and his bulging, milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of dead fish. A sickly sweet scent assails your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside his decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I am warning you. One wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your heads. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of a dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Abelard places a hand on his weapon. Persuasion 100%. At present, I am trying to determine what is happening on Urak 5. Or Commerce 100%. I mean you no harm. I came to seek the navigator's aid. Let's go Persuasion. Succeeded. I'll grant you that you do not look like pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felic's service. So who are you? Erroneous Pixel von Valencius, rogue trader. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy. How interesting. Your kind always makes an appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the curse that has taken hold on everyone in this room? Theobald frowns. Curse? You do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we all laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great Tisiphone, for she is the heir of House Orselio. And they call me dangerous with my witchcraft, Adira mutters under his breath. I want to know what happened between you and Felic. Felic is my wayward student. He came to Uruk 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me, but he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power of others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to pervert the centuries-long tradition of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy for himself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our Novators? A patriarch or matriarch that rules over a navigator house. The figurative and often biological father and mother of the dynasty. Neat, okay. Tessefanu Arcello, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the Novator's throne. Felix accused you of treachery, Theobald. Why should I trust your words? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. The old man looks at the unmoving Cassia and shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well. I have no choice, or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite. If the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you. I guarded the station against calamity and incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant, and I faithfully protected the child during the coup. Yeah, I do trust them, if for no other reason than I didn't trust the first person, I have to trust one of them. I know Adira said they both lead to tragedy. What service do you ask of me? Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Toronto, acting head of House Arcelio, in the Coronis Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Argenta looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing, with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You're talking as though you expect to die here. Theobald shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felix inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne, slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. You need help. There is a Medicaid deck on my ship. I'll offer that. Theobald only shakes his head. No, I am the keeper of Uruk 5, and I will perish along with my station. On that note, I have other matters to attend to. How could you lose? That's rude. How could you lose control of your own station? Do not thrust my errors in my face. I am twice your age and twice as wise. Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. I believe I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Cassia shall come with me. Good. That is good. The old man nervously licks his lips. But do allow us to say our proper farewells.
Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time.
The old man bends over in pain and whispers hoarsely.
Voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Coronis Expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
Another trickle of blue blood runs down the old man's face, this time from his nose and ear.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
A hot wave of despair that is not yours washes over you. Your palms sweat and your heart freezes in panic.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urak 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald.
The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. I regret we had to meet under such circumstances.
What need have I for your regrets? I just want things to go back to the way they were before.
Cassia looks sorrowfully at the destruction around her.
What are you going to do to me?
Lady Cassia, I, Aronius Pixel von Valancius, rogue trader, the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Urak 5 is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
You can secure new servants once we're out of here. All who can be saved will be given succor on board my ship. I will provide you with every necessity. Naturally, this includes servants. Let's go with number 2. All who can be saved will be given succor on board my ship. I was hoping I could do that, because, like, that solves some of the crew issue, right? Just be like, hey, instead of y'all staying on this ship that's gonna fail or get blown up, come on my ship. 2 birds, 1 stone, right?
As a Lady Navigator of House Orselio, I accept your gracious offer of protection. Please, take me to your vessel. I can no longer bear the pain of this place.
Alright. Anything I can loot here first? I said the painting was rendered by several different hands. When no one appears to be living in the cage, somebody just filled the trough with dried fruit and fresh water. Hey, look, there's something I can loot. The luxurious feast was left on top. Oh. Collection of blasphemous litanies. Why do you have blasphemous litanies? Alright, never mind. Need to execute her. Oh, snap. She joined my party.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the
Wait,
stars.
what? I can have my navigator in my party? That feels like a horrible idea. Okay, someone I forgot to loot. She's really, really good. But if something happens to your navigator, you're fucked. Like, if I take her on land and someone shoots her, we're stuck there. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarter first... Your heart starts beating furiously. Your breaths come short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly. and the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. You decided not to make use of the charm that could inhibit Cassia or Celio's powers. Wait, what? I could have gotten something to inhibit her powers? That might have been really useful. That just means you have to protect Fishwife with your life. Without even looking at the Vox Master, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you are ready for the ritual, please let me know. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then, lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. That's so rude. What do you wish to speak about? Before I begin the ritual, I wish to look again into the eyes of the woman whose fame is so great it managed to penetrate the impregnable walls of Yorick 5 long before we ever met. It truly is you, the person the whole Expanse and Calixtus sector are talking about, and now a rogue traitor as well. After a few seconds hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, and you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immensely grateful. You convinced Cassia or Celio to depart Yorick 5 of her own free will. Yeah, all the options to just, like, force someone to come with me sounded like a horrible idea. Do not force at gunpoint the only person who can safely guide you through literal hell. I'm also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet. Uve served on the station for more than 5 years. Oh, that's why he had a name. Much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys to the Immaterium and what to serve me for breakfast. His presence enveloped me in a cloak of amber. But now, Cassia throws back her shoulders. I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Why do you use red paint? Cassia gestures towards the servant standing beside her. Uve will give me will give of his blood before the ritual, as always. That's a little cornate. Tell me more what the ritual entails. I doubt the uninitiated can understand the mysteries of navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of her hair from the back of her head, revealing gilded implant parts. After that, I use the House Arcelio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmarish visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it can slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassia unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Arcelio never lose their course. Why are you asking for these items? Now is not the time to indulge in painting. I will ensure that all necessary supplies are delivered to the sanctum. Cassia nods and thanks. I shall take my leave of you for the duration of the rite. I ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is opened. She definitely, like, paints to, like, relax, right? Like, clear her thoughts. I super didn't want to say, now's not the time to indulge in painting. I wish I could have asked her without that. Alright, Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the delayed navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor's light help us all. Alright, the Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of clothes, pious chanting, and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence. Initiating communion ritual. Come here, Uve. The exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, the low sob of the servant, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, the faint whisper of the brush. Go. Footsteps hurrying away. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, an umber shadow spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Voxmaster recoils at Cassia's words and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her fingers emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Continue the ritual. This is in order. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain. And then, sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's right, as it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual is successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely, even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chamber to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare a few minutes of your time, as there are several matters that require attention. First of all, I wish to report on the condition of the station, Urek 5. Had you opted to begin your visit to the Rykad system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of the Navis Nobilite brought us precious time. We can either focus our efforts on disassembling the station and procuring technological components for our own vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. I would not stoop to pillaging. Abandon the station. Oh shit! I see it. Oh. I hit space and then 1. So I certainly have no clue what I said. Certainly, Lord Captain, if you're interested, this week passed with a record low rate of minor disturbances on the lower deck. A senior technomat from Shift 8 came with a new formula for lubricant used in kitchen servitory and plant maintenance. The quartermaster of Store Compartment 11 reported recently that we are spending ceremonial decorations at least 20% slower than expected, which means we have enough tablecloths, carpets, and lamps to last us 15 years of grand receptions instead of 10, even considering that some of the stock was burned during the cultist attack on the vessel. Oh, did I say why is it always business with you? I couldn't sometimes visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? Yeah, that's all the good news. Scroll up. Oh, snap! Yep, so I skipped. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an engine seer prime. Both the vessel and machine spirits are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kalrox, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for certain he was not at Urek 5, so we should keep this in mind when making any future plans. Thank you, Vigdis. That'll be all for now. And thank you, Broski. I did not know about the scroll-up thing. Make sure you hover over the arrows to see what you get. Yeah, I didn't want to loot. I know they're probably spacing it. but, like, I realize I loot everything in person, but as soon as it's like, oh, how should we loot them on a story level? It's like, no looting, jeez. If not like your character's build, you can always drop your character's current progression. All the experiences are funny, you may even select a different archetype. Talk to the High Factorum about this matter. Oh, I think you told me about that last stream, Broski. Cool, okay. Alright, well, mission accomplished. We have a navigator. All good, just want to make sure that you know how to see rewards when you start getting more of that, rather than just always picking base and on dialogue. Sometimes it's a little different. Cool, thank you. And yeah, like, mechanic stuff, absolutely always tell me that if I've not noticed stuff. Cool. Well, with that said, the intent was to stream for 2 hours today. But when I noticed that it was at the 2-hour mark, I was pretty sure it was just basically finish out all that conversation stuff. And that's basically what it was. So I think I'm going to call it here. I accomplished getting a navigator. Hooray. One of my current 3 big tasks done. Next time I will have to decide whether I'm getting crew or engineer first. Engine seer. Yeah, this is exciting. I like how this is going. I love the choices being presented to me so far. I definitely love how every single time I talk to a navigator, there is an option just to be like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm just taking you and leaving. Phenomenal. I would never do it, but I love that it's an option. But yeah, thank you all very much for tuning in. I should save. Thank you all very much for tuning in. This has been phenomenal. I am appreciating y'all's support so much. I have received confirmation from my job. I'm not going to be scheduled on Mondays anymore, unless something, like, comes up and it's an emergency coverage. So from now on, every Monday, 4 p.m., I'm going to be here, unless something comes up. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. I hope this has been fun for y'all. I'm really shocked and flabbergasted and appreciative of the support you guys have been showing so far. Yeah, alright. Until next time, everyone, thank you very much, and the Emperor protects.